Offensive line, if they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. Now Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Mayfield now. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14, Browns, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. At their own 25-yard
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They go play action. Mayfield. Going up top. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw. Carr looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Drake. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Carr now on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14 from 7.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Following the interception, Mayfield going out wide, finds Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Mayfield off the play fake. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Wiggles free and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Browns are extra point of tying this thing up. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mention the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Running right through it. Runs through another. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, partners, my old man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try and stop one of those big horses out there. As you just saw there, this guy does not go down easily.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Trucks over him. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And he's got some space here. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. But Josh Jacobs, a guy that runs with a lot of power. 3rd in the NFL last year in yards after contact and breaks off a nice run there. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. Powers through him. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
2nd and 4. Now Carr. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Open man, that's Renfro. Touchdown! Hunter Renfro, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Raiders have taken the lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Donovan Peoples-Jones now from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 27.
A give. This is Chubb. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Play fake. Mayfield. Got a man at Schwartz, complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Carl Nassib. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Drops it off for Chubb. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Here's Mayfield. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at the 40. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. On play action, now Carr. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On first down, it's Jacobs, and he stopped immediately there. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Here's Carr. This one caught by Crowder. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Carr, a handoff here to Drake. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 93 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. A good position to be in here, second and inches. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his second touchdown of the night. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think
that's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night. And whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here, getting 3 points at the end.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mayfield on play action. And his throw is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the 29, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. Fourth down, Mayfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Here's Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach. And let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're going louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. This to Jacobs on the toss right. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Shreds the tackle. And some space here. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs, boy, I tell you, he is a complete package. The power that he has to run through you, and then he's also got the speed to run away from you, as we saw there.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I'm coming.
They go play action. Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And all the way way down to the 42. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
On 2nd and 2, Mayfield. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now this likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Mayfield off the play fake. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
That's us. That's us.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Touchdown, Browns. Austin Hooper. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Greg Newsome up to make the stop.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down?
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jamison Crowder, his third touchdown now on the year.
And the Raiders add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Hey, here we go. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
On first and 10, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns get a score closer. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Two scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And they got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Open man, that's Renfro. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal, option right. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carr keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Now the ball comes loose, and the offense is going to get the ball back. After all that, heck, it'll be a first down. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Let's make these babies crawl on the way back. Check 52. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Forced out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Nassib able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Las Vegas,
it's just their third win on the campaign as they move to 3-11 on the year. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.